Welcome back to the Jay Douglas Show. Today we're talking all things mindset. So 3 words: shame, blame, justification. Let's go ahead and wash all that stuff out, get our willpower up really high so we can crush the day. Welcome back. Let's dive in because today we're talking all things mindset. So I threw out a couple words here: shame, blame, and justification. So I was at an event this past week and I was surrounded by a bunch of really great professionals. And one of the things that I'm seeing right now is that mindset is getting in the way of people having some massive production. And also kind of threw some stats in there, started doing some research and looking. And what I learned right now is that so far this year in our marketplace, more homes have sold since 2004 year to date, except for last year, only by like 25 houses. And so everyone keeps saying like the market is tough. Of course it's hot. There's a lot of buyers out there, but it's tough. But we're like historically selling a ton of homes right now. So inventory is low, sales are really high. Maybe we just need to get our mindset right that we deserve our piece of the pie, right? So 3 words I want you to start with. I would actually challenge you to like maybe even pause the video right now, get some note, get something to write on, because I want to give you an exercise here. I would say write down these 3 words: shame, blame, and justification, because we all have that go through our head all the time. So let's break these down. Number 1, shame. I'll give you an example. You're shaming yourself. You're being hard on yourself. And it's usually a mindset thing. It's not guilt. Guilt is usually something you've actually done. But what I'm talking about a shame is like, oh, you know what? I'm not that good. Or I'm not prepared. Or I never make it. I never get an appointment when I pick up the phone. Or I always let the consumer down. Or I can't find houses. Those are all examples of shame. So I would challenge you to write down, what is your common, in your head, the drunk monkey inside that tells you here's what's going on inside your head. Write down those things of what your shame is, okay? The next one I want you to go to is blame. So a couple examples of blame would be like, I didn't have time to prospect this week because I had a buyer that was from out of town and they had to drive all over the place and I was just tired when I got home. So blaming another customer on why you didn't touch more customers. Or maybe it's like at home, my family just really wanted me to be around and I just didn't have time to, go the extra mile and reach back out to that customer like I thought I would, blaming it. Another really common one is blaming the market. Oh, the market's tough, the market's hard, this is normal, that blame side of things. So whatever you think you go to when it comes to blame, I would write that down next, okay? Now, the third one, justification. This one is kind of interesting because a couple examples might be, hey, you know what? I got 3 contracts this weekend, so I deserve a good day, so I'm going to take this day off. Now, I'm not saying that you don't deserve a day off every now and then, but was that planned in your schedule? Or did you not show up today to give it your all because you're justifying what you had? Anybody out there trying to run a diet, I'm sure you've probably said at times, oh, I deserve this drink or I deserve this dessert because I was good this past weekend. You're justifying why you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And so we all know what we're supposed to do. Most of you don't need education on what to do, but we all fall victims of this shame, blame, or justification game, you could say. So what I would challenge you to do is maybe a Sunday night, Monday morning, whenever you're like preparing for your week, I would write down what are the things that I'm likely to fall victim to as it applies to shame, blame, or justification, and then take a step back, have your, as I call, 5-second funeral, take your time, think about it, feel bad for a second, and then realize I can crush this. Because next to shame, blame, and justification, I know you can write something down that's going to say, this is how I'm going to overcome this shame. This is how I'm going to overcome this blame. And this is how I'm not going to allow justification to get in the way to allow you to have the week that you need to have. So think about if you think about it, if you're prepared ahead of time, you're most likely not to fall victim, okay? Another tip I want to give you on mindset is a little bit about willpower. So I think willpower is a very interesting thing. It's actually like a renewable source. I almost like to think of it as a source of energy, willpower that is. It usually goes hand in hand with your phone. So like if I pull out my phone right now, I'm like at 90%. 90% right now. Well, it's early in the morning. And I know that early in the morning, when my willpower is really high, I'm most likely to do the things that I was committed to doing. Now, if you think about when that battery goes down really low, your willpower tends to go down really low too. End of the day, let's say you had to do certain things and you were planning on doing it. Well, maybe it's shooting a video, maybe it's prospecting, maybe it's even going to work out. Whatever that may be, if you decide to do the hardest things when your willpower is low, you're less likely to accomplish those and fall victim to the shame, blame, or justification game. So think about your willpower. When is it the highest, and when should you be focusing on the most challenging things that you're committing to doing? But what I want to challenge you to do also is just think about this. If you just prepare at the beginning of the week your mindset to be in the right place throughout the rest of the week and already think about all the challenges that you're going to run into, and you make a game plan, you're going to have a successful week every single time. So today on the Jay Douglas Show, I hope mindset gets you to the next level of this conversation. If you liked it, maybe give me a comment, tell me what you're thinking, or maybe any other challenges that you're having that I might be able to help you out with. I'll chime in and we'll have a good convo. Talk to you next time. Hey guys, Doug Edrington here, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, J. Douglas Properties in Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you were thinking about getting in this business right now, I want to communicate with you. I want to get a conversation going. Also, maybe you're already in the business and you're like, man, I'm tired of trying to figure this out on my own. I'm here for you. I want to help. I'm looking for people to grow this business to the next level, and it's going to take people just like you who like this kind of stuff. So do me a favor, click on the link and let me know what you want to talk about. We'll have a conversation, connect right away.